I'm on a mission to buy an automotive icon before it's too late.
The bleak future of electric and hybrid-assisted cars has led to a mass buying frenzy in the car world, causing prices to skyrocket within recent years.
The Peugeot 106 GTI 10 years ago, 2 grand. Today, 17.5 grand. That Escort Cosworth you wanted so bad, 10 years ago, 30 grand. Today, forget it. £120,000. The 997 GT2 RS 10 years ago, 180 grand. Today, £800,000.
I'm on a mission to find my very own iconic legend before it's too late, with what I think's a strong budget of £100,000. But regardless of budgets,
we're all about to find out that some of these icons are now just unobtainable. We're going to break it down like this. 6 different cars, 2 different eras, the 90s and early 2000s. And the first iconic legend on my 90s shortlist is the BMW E30 M3.
So this is the legendary E30 M3. So when we were growing up, this was, in our age group anyway, this was literally a poster car.
when people talk about iconic legends, the BMW E30 M3 is always part of the conversation. Built in the late 80s and early 90s, this isn't just another old performance car. It's the machine that laid the foundation for every M3 that followed. Lightweight, naturally aspirated, rear-wheel drive, and engineered with motorsport at its core. It became an instant icon. And back then, they were just fast BMWs. But today, they're some of the most sought-after drivers' cars on the planet. With values climbing year on year, the question is this iconic legend the one I want in my garage?
By the time I was really into cars, I was probably about 10, late 90s really.
Yeah,
it was when I was really getting, and the E36 would probably be the one that was around that time. But for me, my first kind of M3 that I really wanted was actually E46.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so that was the one for me.
Yeah.
So I've always known these are like really cool. They've got a massive cult following. These are the original M3s. But I've never really pictured myself in one.
It's crazy because they went under the radar for a long time. I remember my first year of uni, it's going back a bit now.
Amir with an afro, flares, all
First year of uni, I was going to buy one of these in red for £6,000.
Six
£6,000.
They went that low?
They went that low. I had my student loan put to the side, you know, couple grand there, you know, I was like, yeah, that was like...
That's insane. I guess to adjust for inflation, that's probably like 90 grand in today's money. Now I'm joking. But at the same time, shillings, how many shillings?
The E30 M3 is a perfect example of why I'm making this series. 10 years ago, you could still buy a really nice one for sensible money. Fast forward to today, and the best examples are comfortably into the 6 figures, with the rarest cars worth even more. But it isn't just hype. This was the very first M3, built so BMW could go racing, and it went on to become one of the most successful touring cars ever made. They ain't making cars like this anymore. See, back in 2015, you could actually pick up a really nice E30 M3 for around 27k. Just 5 years later, in 2020, the very best examples had climbed by as much as 85%. Fast forward to today, and exceptional original cars are comfortably into the 6 figures. It's a perfect example of just how quickly these iconic legends can disappear out of reach.
As much as I want a modern icon or a legendary car from the 90s, one thing I'm actually quite keen to make sure it has is, or be, is still a bit stock.
Yeah.
You know, definitely when it comes to, you know, power outputs and like, I basically just don't want it modified too much. Now, I see certain modifications on it, but if we look a little bit closer, I'll be right in saying this is AC Schnitzer.
AC Schnitzer wheels, correct, yes.
Yes.
It's got AC Schnitzer wheels. So back in the day, you know, you had a BMW M3, there wasn't many places you would want to go to change something on it. AC Schnitzer was one of the leading modification brands for BMW back then. So it would be a period correct modification to have the wheels on there.
Now, this E30 M3 isn't completely standard. Somewhere along the way, it's been fitted with a few genuine AC Schnitzer parts. AC Schnitzer is one of the most respected BMW tuning companies in the world, with decades of history enhancing BMWs, using period-correct performance and styling upgrades. Personally, I don't think tasteful, genuine AC Schnitzer parts take anything away from cars like this. If anything, they become part of its story and stay true to the era it was built in.
The values of these cars depend on condition.
Sure.
You know, in the UK, we have problems with rust, and then the shells are not galvanized properly afterwards. People don't look after them, and then they rot away. And you don't want to be buying something like this, you're going to have something that you're going to have to spend, you know, an X amount more into to just bring it back up to spec. Whereas this, because we're sourcing them specifically from trusted outlets, and then this one's come from Japan, where, you know, there's no rust whatsoever.
100%. It's a very 90s slash, I guess, late 80s design, but what we've still got is the flared arches from factory, which is cool. And these are the kind of things that I want from a car. You know, that kind of legendary retro kind of vibe.
Yeah.
The width at the front, and then it's crazy because then it flares right back out at the back too.
That was the thing about the 90s, right? Everything was like out there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like now, everything, you know, some things are understated, but back then it was like, you had to be the loudest, the kind of the biggest to be noticed.
Out there. Left-hand drive.
Yeah, that's right. They only made these in left-hand drive.
Okay, so if I do go for one of these,
yeah, it will be left-hand drive.
So drive-throughs and all that is a mission.
Yeah, and it's got the dogleg gearbox, which was what.
Oh, so this has a dogleg gearbox.
This has a dogleg gearbox.
Meaning first is
correct.
Back,
yeah. Yeah, don't be putting it into reverse.
That's mad. Could you imagine first gear and doing it on the left? That's wild.
Yeah. So
well, look, we're going to have a go in a bit anyway. But before we hit the road, talk us through some of the engine specs, and in fact, can we pop the bonnet?
Of course you can.
Yeah. First thing that grabs my attention is BMW M-Power.
That's it.
Massive here on the intake.
On the intake
manifold.
This isn't just another BMW engine. The M-Power story began back in 1972 with BMW Motorsport, a division built purely for racing. Everything they learnt on the track was poured into cars like this, and that's exactly why the M badge still means so much today.
It is a 2.3 engine from factory.
Is that what they are, 2.3s?
Yeah, they're 2.3. The Evo Sport, the later model, that came with a 2.5. So this engine from factory made 200 horsepower.
200?
Yeah, so the Evo 2 made 220, and then the Evo 3, the 2.5, made 238 brake horsepower. 200
bhp in today. If you said your car's a hot hatch and it's got 200 bhp, people are laughing. They're saying that's not a hot hatch, bro. That's a normal car. But it just goes to show, you know, I guess 30, I mean, this is nearly 40 years old.
It's nearly 40 years old, yeah.
You know?
It's a long time ago.
It's a long time ago.
The thing is you need that much power in one of these. I mean, people who have raced these, they don't need massive amounts of power.
Yeah.
I guess the question is, with prices on a rapid climb right now, and this car in great condition, how much is it going to cost to own it?
So this one, after our prep, is going to be available at 100 grand.
100K?
Yeah, 100 grand.
So six figures?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be cheap out there, but like I said, we know the condition of the car.
Yeah.
We know the mileage is super low. And
what is the mileage?
65,000 kilometers, so it's like
40,000 miles.
Yeah, which is all verified.
Yeah, if you kind of worked out in between the 40 years it's been on the roads.
Exactly.
Quick maths, it's 1,000 miles.
Yeah, that's right. It's not been a lot. And you can tell when you get the car up on a ramp, you see it underneath. It's like,
she's fresh.
Yeah.
I've never driven one, and I'm really interested to see how a late 80s, 90s, early iconic icon actually drives, especially with the dogleg gearbox and the left-hand drive. So, should we?
Let's do it, bro.
Should we hit the road and see what 200 bhp? If it's still got all the 200 bhp.
If it's still there, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's go and see what it feels like.
This is sick. Does this have AC? It does actually have AC. Does it work?
It does. Yeah.
It does.
I think.
Who knows? So dogleg gearbox. So is it that?
That's it. Yeah. Double thing for this.
Should we give it a little rev first? Nice! It's got a nice
tone to it.
Nice tone, meaty, nice throttle pedal too. It's like very progressive, you know. Power steering.
Yep, that's it.
But not too heavy, you know. It's like not too light, should I say? All right, so dogleg.
Down.
Across and down.
Yeah, that's it. It's like you're in reverse.
That's it. And then second is across and up, and then fourth is across and up.
Yeah.
And we are on the left-hand side of the world. There we go. And we're out. All right. So first gear change into second. Okay. Takes some getting used to, but it's nice. It doesn't feel old and slow to react.
No, actually, even like the ride of it is quite nice, you know.
Very nice. Yeah. And is this on the standard suspension?
No, it's got AC suspension on it.
Okay. All right. So first is back in.
Yeah, that's first now. Yeah.
Yo, there's too much to go wrong here.
Look, back in the day, they had a check light up here.
Oh, the check. Oh.
So you'd press that, and then if anything's in error, it would come up red.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, it's like an old school check engine light. If there is anything,
it comes up.
It comes up there, yeah.
That's cool, man. Lovely.
Easy,
smooth.
got a nice hum, yeah, nice deep.
It's just about that right tone.
Yeah, I'm glad we're out in an example that can actually show the car in its best light, because this feels good, man. Right, so that's second, I hope.
We're back in second.
Right, second.
Yeah.
Right, so that's foot down.
Oh, it sounds nice, man.
That is actually alright.
That goes decent.
Don't get me wrong, it's naturally aspirated and you know, it has to build up into it, but it starts singing up in the revs.
220 odd horsepower, those strict cams are.
Do you know what I mean? Singing!
Yeah, that's it.
But
Now
bro, these
like,
are the cars before finance was around, like, or readily available, should we say. So if you're driving something like this, you generally pay cash for it. Like, you know what I mean? You've done well in life to be driving one of these, you know, so.
Especially back then.
Yeah. So let's have a feel, let's go around the roundabout. There's not too much body roll either. This is nice.
Coming out the corner, easy. Get those revs up.
She sings, bro.
That's
Gearbox
nice.
feels nice.
Yeah, it's also got an LSD fitted into it as well.
No way.
Yeah, which helps obviously the way it handles as well. So
it's a tricky one though, isn't it? It's like, you know, people who want to spend this kind of money on this car, like, will they actually drive them? And I guess that's a conversation to be had. I'm here to drive mine.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? I'm
exactly,
not saying I'm going to daily it, but I want to be able to drive it. I want to be able to enjoy it, you know. And
I mean, I think that's the other thing. When you're spending that much money on a car, I don't see the joy of having it in your garage.
In the garage, no.
You want to be able to jump in it and enjoy it.
100%.
Otherwise, what's the point?
What is the point?
You can say on the higher revs, it starts really.
It's actually, do you know what? It's actually quite punchy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, in my head, when it comes to naturally aspirated cars around this power, the first thing that comes to my mind that I've got experience with is like a K-Series Honda.
Yeah.
Altogether, it's a vibe. Yeah, it's a vibe.
Literally,
it's a vibe. And I think we got to bear that in mind too when we're pulling up at a car meet or a car show. You know, we want it to be a vibe.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? We want it to not only look good, we want it to have presence, we want it to drive well. It's got to tick the boxes, especially if I'm spending upwards of six figures on a car.
100%.
It's really got to, it's got to do it all, really.
It's got to do it all, yeah. You've got to have the sound, you've got to have a bit of performance, you've got to have the looks.
No, I'm impressed. Amir, I'm impressed, bro.
Thank you.
I don't know if I'm shaking your hand to take it yet, but I'm impressed. I'm sweating.
You sweating?
That's brilliant, man. A lot better. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
A lot better than I thought it'd be.
Wow.
It looks like a bit of a. Well, it looks beautiful, but you'd think it's a bit of a dinosaur to drive. Not at all.
Wow. Really?
Smooth, refined.
How you getting on first and second?
That one, I didn't know what gear I was in. I was just in a gear. We made it work.
I can already tell it's not going to be easy picking between the lineup we have coming. So I guess it's now time to introduce our next legend, the Mercedes 190E Cosworth.
Amir, what are we looking at here?
We are looking at here a 190E 2.3 16 valve Cosworth.
If the BMW E30 M3 defined one side of a legendary rivalry, the Mercedes 190E Cosworth definitely defined the other. Built to take the fight to BMW on both the road and racetrack, this was no ordinary Mercedes. With Cosworth engineered performance, rear-wheel drive and motorsport running through its veins, it became one of the most iconic sports saloons of its generation. The question is, could this iconic legend be the one I want sitting in my garage?
These are legendary cars, man. I was saying off camera, I actually think I had a toy of one of these when I was younger. I believe I did.
Mad.
And again, just looking at the styling, you know, it's so 90s. I know they run from late 80s again with
Correct,
these two.
yeah, they started from like 86.
86.
And then carried on. Exactly the same time as the E30.
Okay.
So they were both, Mercedes and BMW were literally head to head. BMW obviously had the M department.
Yeah.
Mercedes didn't have AMG back then, right? Okay. So there was no AMG. So they went to Cosworth.
Back in the early 80s, Mercedes wanted to build a more serious performance engine. So they partnered up with British engineering specialist Cosworth. And instead of designing the entire engine, Cosworth was brought in to develop a new 16-valve cylinder head, transforming the way the engine breathed and produced significantly more power. It was a perfect blend of Mercedes engineering and Cosworth's racing expertise, a partnership that truly cemented a legendary moment in time.
It's so cool. It's like retro cool, kind of. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Merc did do later on a full-blown Evo version,
Sure.
which came with a 2.5 engine, and it was like full wide body, big spoiler, and the whole a whole
Crazy.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
But again,
similar to the E30.
when it comes to money,
oh, that's crazy. That's
gone.
like that's already gone.
I missed the boat on that one.
You clearly missed the boat.
Might be all right on this one. But we'll get into that. I think we've got to talk about this steering wheel firstly, right?
Yeah.
Did this come out of the factory?
No,
with this year?
that's been changed. The
That's been
steering wheel
changed.
has been changed. It's got the BBS wheels on it.
Sure.
Which again is another, I think a really good modification to have on these.
And again, an import from Japan too.
Import from Japan again, yeah. So it's a solid car, chassis good, no rust underneath. Interior is all original. This is how the checkered interior was from factory.
So this is how it was.
Yeah.
Cloth
exactly,
interior.
it's cloth interior, yeah. There was a leather option, but this one had the cloth interior and then the half leather at the back.
This is different, man. This is. I'm telling you, I feel like I'm at the helm of a boat or something. Like, do you know what I mean? Another interesting thing, a dogleg
gearbox once again, yeah.
So now we've seen two cars back to back with
the
dogleg gear. Why?
I mean, I would say it was for racing benefits to have the actual dogleg there, but they didn't carry on with it.
Yeah.
No one else did it after that.
Well, interestingly, the racing benefits were seen as real by the manufacturers, as unlike a conventional manual where first gear is up and to the left, here it's down and to the left. And the reason is actually quite simple once you know. On track, you're spending more time shifting between second and third, so putting those gears in a straight line makes fast aggressive gear changes quicker and more natural. It's a proper motorsport inspired feature that reminds you that these cars were built with racing in mind.
There's something about this. Again, maybe it's because I had that toy when I was younger, but this is cool.
This is the 2.3 16 valve lump that was developed by Cosworth for Mercedes-Benz back then.
And what kind of power would this car
So this car made from factory, the 2.3 16 valve was at 185 brake.
make? 185 bhp. It's so crazy. We're spoilt now with power.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain, I know, especially VS motor, you could lose 185 bhp and you wouldn't even know. Could you imagine, guys?
Trying to brake.
Back in the day, right? Go back 30 years, pulling up outside the pub, hopping out and bragging about 185 bhp. That's mad. Times
crazy,
have
isn't
changed.
it? Yeah.
Times have changed.
Times have indeed changed, but how badly have the prices changed in recent times? Am I too late to the party?
So you haven't missed the boat on this.
I haven't missed the boat.
You haven't. These are still, what I think really cheap for what they are.
Okay.
I mean, but again, it depends on condition. For example, this one, for you to take it, it would be £34,000.
See, that actually is not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's
That,
not
I was
bad.
expecting you to throw 70, 80s at me.
No.
Based
They haven't got there yet.
Okay.
They haven't got there yet.
But they could be on their way.
They could be on their way, yeah.
Have you seen these appreciating recently, or
I
is
mean, the Evo version of these, so the Evo 2, the one I was talking about, the wide body, full loud one, has gone crazy.
Sure.
It's £250,000 plus for a good one.
But what happens now is people can't afford that, so what's the next best thing?
Best thing, exactly. That's it. But the issue is finding a good one of these. With the M cars, they were more collector-based from the start, so they might not have changed hands as many times. But when people have got them, they've maintained them to a different level because it was always an M.
Yes.
Whereas this wasn't. Merc didn't have AMG back then.
Yeah.
So this wasn't like. It wasn't when people were buying these over the years. It was never revered as a special car in that sense.
And I guess look, 34 grand or mid 30s, mate, I'm saving a lot of money. my budget's very healthy for this car potentially. So if I didn't want to spend it all, still have a raw analog car that could potentially go up in value in the future, this is definitely one to think about.
100%, yeah.
But before we go for a test drive and I kind of give my true feedback and feelings for the car, you want to show me something special?
With the 190E, a Cosworth collaboration, Amir was keen to show me another car that had quite the heritage with Mercedes-AMG, but pre-merger. When people talk about pre-merger AMG, they're talking about the days before Mercedes actually owned AMG. Back then, AMG was an independent tuning company, hand-building some of the wildest Mercedes on the roads, making those cars pretty rare and sought after.
Jamie, we have here a pre-merger AMG 560 SEC.
It does look like money. It just looks like money.
This was money. This car was endorsed by Ayrton Senna back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, the 560 SEC. So AMG used to be an independent tuning company. They were based in Germany, just an independent shop, and they would do wild things to Mercs. So they were taking things like this and then making these body kits that you see today, 2 to 3 piece wheels that looks awesome back then. And they were even doing wild stuff to the engine as well. They were taking something like this engine, a 5.6, boring it out, stroking it out to a 6 litre.
Wow.
Making wide body kits. You know, there's a wide body version of this with the 6 litre. That's like the full AMG one. And that, bro, the car's worth, those cars, if you can find them now, they're well over $500,000. This one is the 5.6 engine from factory.
Okay.
It was a UK car ordered by the director of Mercedes-Benz.
Wow.
So he ordered that and then got AMG to have this kit from them directly. And also the other thing is, so this had, you know, like we have a performance package from factory on the Porsches and stuff. This had Mercedes version of it on the 560.
Okay.
It was an 822 code, but it took the power all the way up to 300 horsepower.
300. So we're talking real numbers now.
Yeah, that's it. It's
talking real numbers.
So 300 horsepower in one of these. It's like, you know.
That's balling. And whoever spec this, they got the cookies and cream spec.
It,
They got the cream on cream with the brown. I have got a massive appreciation for what I'm looking at here. However, it's not a performance car. So this, for me, doesn't fall into the category of cars that I personally feel like I need to get in.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? To enjoy.
No, this was a GT car. This was more for when you're on the Autobahn, you know, you go cruising at like 140, 150 mile an hour.
Yeah,
because these cars could do it. Non-stop. That was what they were kind of built for. And it was for the look and everything else like that. It wasn't to go race around the track like these,
that one. Yeah.
like these ones were.
And that's where my heart is. I want to get that old school, you know, that iconic, legendary
shifting gear.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That race car from yesteryear. So amazing to see, and of course, amazing to see the 190E, one that is actually on my list and could be a potential purchase if the test drive goes right, and the other cars that we're going to see after aren't too much better. So with that said, should we hop out in this one now?
Let's go.
Let's go. Bro, yeah, this steering wheel, bro. We're going to talk about the steering wheel. But anyway, let's get a little start in here. What is that? They've got a clock. Oh, that's the rev counter.
Yeah,
it's doing checks. That's sick. It went douche, douche.
It does a self-check again.
No.
Just like the E30 has that other computer, this one has it inbuilt to the dash. Merc were ahead of the game back then. Fired up nicely, bro.
Now this sounds more fruity.
Sounds meaty, doesn't it?
That's got a mad rasp to it, you know?
Yeah, it has, yeah. You have to remember back then it was catlets from factory as well. So.
Oh yeah! Not one of those MOTs.
No. Oh, that's.
There's a Chinese person in the glove box. Way! Oh, that's sick. That's sick.
That's nice.
Smooth.
Nice and smooth, mate. Look at that.
Wow. 40 years
Smooth
old.
operator.
All the mod cons. Because back in the day, I'll tell you what, there was a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but look, Mercedes back then, they were well ahead of the game.
Well ahead of the game. Again, smooth though. Smooth. I've got sweaty hands too because of the heat. And a slippery wooden steering wheel. This isn't a good concoction. But I will say it's crazy, like seeing that Merc badge just popping up from the front. This is
crazy, isn't it?
You know what I mean? That's like, you don't get that on the newer Mercs now due to regulations and safety. That'll cut someone in half. Like, you know, but it's almost like you're aiming the car in the right direction.
It's a nice
It's mad. Clutch is a little bit more lively with this. Ooh, little. That's what you want, man.
Yeah.
Let people hear that. Barely on the throttle when it's. Yo!
That's it.
Again, I'm getting used to these left hookers now with the old dog leg.
That's it.
Let's have it.
Let's have it, mate. Let's have it.
Nice, smooth. Raspy.
Yeah. It sounds good, doesn't it?
So has this had exhaust work done, or is this?
I believe it's had an exhaust modification done.
Oh, okay, cool. So from factory, it might not be so raspy.
No.
But I'd assume it would still be a little bit fruity.
Out, yeah.
Okay, so silence is out. Bro, that is not bad. I would actually say this maybe. I know I haven't read this all the way to Red Line 2. But maybe a little bit more punchy than E30.
A little bit talky down low, maybe.
Yeah. Chilling. This one I feel like it's a vibe. Yeah, it's a vibe.
Summer's here. You pull up to a car meeting this.
Yeah. Let me know at home, guys. Are you feeling this? You know, everything again is so retro. It's like, you know, everything's squares or circles. You know, everything is analog. Like, you know what I mean? The gauges down here, battery voltage. We got the time. We got oil pressure. Yeah, man. It definitely is a blast from the past. My dad used to have I think it was a 230E.
Yeah.
And of course, not a spicy car, but he used to always pick me up in it, and we used to go for our drives. And he was a cruiser. He had the driving gloves. You know the man there? He had the driving gloves. But that's what it used to be. It used to be a
occasion when you're out in a Mercedes. You know what I mean?
That was it. That was what the Merc was about, right?
Yeah. And this does, just cruising it slow. We have still got some noise. We got the looks. We got the vibes.
It's got the vibe. It's comfortable to be in.
But is this what I want from a car? Is this what I want from my legendary car? I don't know. Does this even? Is this in people's criteria for legendary? Let me know down below in the comments. I firmly think it is.
Right? It's still
well, it's Cosworth.
But look, like I said to you, the E30 20 years ago, was that in the legendary status?
No, probably not.
Oh. It's lively.
She gets going, man.
Yeah, it's lively.
She gets going. It's actually, again, it feels very, it doesn't feel,
It's fun. It's quite fun to drive.
yeah, it feels fun to drive, but it doesn't feel super old.
No,
it
it
feels
doesn't, yeah.
sprightly. It feels like it's got a spring in its step. It feels like
Again,
it's
it's been well maintained.
well
over its
maintained.
age, yeah. The mileage isn't as low as the other one. It's got 150,000 kilometers.
okay.
It's like 90,000 miles, which again, it's not a lot for the age, but you know, it's still been very well maintained for that sort of mileage.
Yeah, it's sick. It's sick. It is sick. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to give me the.
But for the price point,
For the price point, we got to take everything into account right now.
yeah.
Because I could
That's
buy
what I'm
3 of these for the price of that E30.
Literally.
You know. But yeah, I mean, look, it's a vibe, and we got a tunnel, so we're just gonna. Yeah. It's got it, man. It has got a fun factor. I don't know if the wooden steering wheel's throwing me a little bit though. You know what I mean? I don't know.
You need to go back to an AMG steering wheel.
Yeah. But listen, these things can be done. I can put my touches on the car that I pick, you know.
Yeah.
I just don't want to take it too far from what would be original, you know. But again, changing the steering wheel that's not original back to something more original could be a thing. I can't deny the 190E was definitely a vibe, and it's got me thinking, but I guess it's time for our third and final 90s legend. Right guys, as you see, we are at ES Motor for the last car, and in fact I know we were just with Amir from ES Motor, but now we are officially at ES Motor HQ to see the last car. Now this car, when actually breaking down a shortlist, was probably the one I'm most interested in getting out in. And also one that I probably, out of the 3, hold in the highest regard, because it's a very, very special car. And definitely, in my opinion, an icon. So, shall we head inside and see the last of the air-cooled, the Porsche 993 911 Turbo.
This is the 993 Turbo. This was where it started for a lot of people.
The Porsche 993 Turbo isn't just another fast 911. Back in the mid-90s, it could hit 180 plus miles an hour and sprint from 0 to 60 in around 4.5 seconds, putting it right at the sharp end of the supercar world. But what really sets it apart is what it represents. It's the last of the air-cooled 911 Turbo Porsches ever built. That makes it one of the most desirable 911s of all time. Could this actually be the iconic legend that I've been looking for? Essentially, this is definitely up there with legendary status. One of the most legendary, in my opinion, from the 90s. And as a Porsche fan, this is one of my favorite Porsches.
So this is a 1996 993 Turbo. It was an actual German build car that somebody had spec'd in right-hand drive. But the other thing that was dealer fitted afterwards that makes this one quite unique is the actual Turbo S kit, which includes the X79 option with the vented rear arches. So
you're saying, so a normal 911 Turbo
won't have that, no.
Now that I didn't know, I just thought automatically for air.
Because we see it on all the modern ones, right?
Yeah.
They all come now with that as factory, but originally they didn't. And also the rest of the kit, so the splitter, the rear spoiler as well.
Talking about this back end and also talking about the spoiler, this is for me one of the biggest draws to this generation of 911. It's just how wide it is.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, isn't it? It's the stance.
It's the stance.
Of these, they just kind of look, the way they look and they hug the road, it's just,
It's just mean.
They like
this
mean,
is
flat
this is
on
what
the
you
road
call
like that, yeah.
bunda.
There's something about the rear end of a 993 Turbo that just looks right. The wide arches give it an unmistakable stance, while the iconic rear wing isn't just there for show, it's Porsche's evolution of the famous whale tail, designed to help cool the air-cooled flat six and keep the car planted at speed. It's a perfect example of form following function.
So it's got a 3.6 twin turbo. So this was the second iteration of the 3.6. It started actually in the 964. So the 964 started out as a 3.3 turbo, which was similar to that was found in the 930. And then they did a special edition 3.6 turbo in the 964, which is worth stupid money now because of the rarity of it. And then they moved over to the 993, which they started with the 3.6 as well. Nice. And it's, yeah, it was the last air-cooled turbo engine that they did. So this one makes 400 horsepower.
400 brake horsepower now is not laughable in today's day and age.
No, no, no.
That's still there.
It's a quick car. Like you'll see when you drive it, it's actually for what it is. It's still quick.
It's quick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But rear-wheel drive.
No, these were four-wheel drive.
And it's actually four-wheel drive.
Yeah, yeah. So the 964 and the 930 were rear-wheel drive.
Okay.
And then these were all four.
Interesting. And what model year is this?
96.
So pretty much the newest of the three in the 90s.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Let's have a look inside too. Exterior blue, interior blue. Double denim.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, double denim.
Gearbox manual. Is that a 6-speed, I see?
Yeah, 6-speed. Yeah,
So 6-speed.
Yeah,
6-speed.
yeah.
Which actually was quite rare in the 90s, right?
Porsche were one of the first ones to start putting the 6-speed boxes in their cars back then.
The 993 Turbo is one of those rare cars that we never really fell out of love with. That's exactly why it's become one of the most desirable air-cooled Porsches money can buy. And because of this, I think with the 993 Turbo at least, with my budget, I might just be a little bit too late.
These have gone crazy.
Okay.
I actually bought one in 2013 for about 35 grand.
No.
Yeah. Needed a bit of work, so it was a bit cheaper than what they were going for, but it was still worth, at that time, about 50 grand. I mean, look, even at 50, 60,000 pounds, it was
You're laughing, yeah.
It was a lot of car for back then, you know.
Where would we be, like bottom end now, bottom dollar? What's the cheapest I could get myself into one of these?
I mean, the first thing is finding one for sale.
Okay.
There's not many people selling them. When they do come up, the good examples, again, they're selling pretty quickly. The last one that I saw for sale was up for like 235 grand with similar mileage, but it wasn't this spec.
Okay, so how much?
And obviously we've just spent, you know, a small fortune on taking it back to metal, repainting it full PPF.
Yeah.
You know, just like completely bringing it anew. I mean, look, we're not really selling this one because it's part of the signature.
Listen, what number would make you? What would release it into my custody?
Listen, this wouldn't go anywhere for less than 300 grand.
Oh my God, I don't know if I can. I don't know I want to drive it now.
It wouldn't. They're like unicorns for good ones.
Well, this is gonna hurt. Look. I mean, I could sell a couple cars and probably get there, but I mean,
PX or GT2.
You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. I mean, who knows? Who knows? If the drive's that good, you never know. My budget is healthy, but it's not this healthy. I literally have to start pawning stuff. You know what I mean? Maybe even pawn myself. All right, brother.
Let's go.
993. Very, very expensive car. All right, let's see what she sounds like. Ooh, beefy. 6 cylinders.
Nice, is it? Yeah. This is still factory stock, by the way.
This is factory stock.
Yeah,
this one's got some meat to it. 400 brake horsepower too.
400 brake horsepower, yeah.
Mad. This actually feels really quite compact.
Yeah.
Actually, definitely like having driven all different generations of the.
It seems, it's a more compact cabin.
It does, yeah.
Well, especially compared to the other Merc. Right, so.
This is very interesting. The pedals, I can't get over how close they all are together. The brake is very, very close to the throttle. This definitely feels like a really interesting balance of new and old here, because it kind of like the interior looks a little bit more modern. You know, so a lot of kind of more round, kind of newer styles going on. But the feel, it almost feels like it feels one of the trickiest to drive. Steering, although it's power steering, is like it's heavier. It's like very little assistance. The clutch is a little bit interesting to get used to, and also the pedal layout is interesting.
Yeah, just they're a little bit offset.
Yeah. But it feels proper, man. And it definitely wants to go. Definitely wants to go. Should we put our foot down in third?
Yeah, you can do.
And just see what happens. We're just rolling in third. Whoa!
It's talky, innit?
This alright, so again, way off like the limiter, nowhere near the limiter.
Yeah.
That is torquey mid-range.
You can really feel that when the turbos kick in, right? It's like, you can imagine back in the day, this was...
Bro, that is like 4,800 RPM.
Yeah.
This is and 400 brake horsepower. This one hasn't been tuned or anything.
No, nothing like that at all.
Wow. Yeah, this is like, you'd have to, it would take a lot of seat time, I think, before I felt comfortable to really go for it in this car. Because, yeah, this feels like it could be a real handful, and I'm actually quite happy it's got four-wheel drive, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I can tell in 1996, while this, like, even straight out the box, no tuning, why this would have been, like, notorious on the streets.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
The sound isn't in your face either.
No,
you kind of just pick up and whoosh.
Yeah, and it just goes,
Yeah. Yeah, this is modern quick.
Yeah, literally.
This is modern car quick. Do you know what's crazy? I've just clocked, right? And this was one of the biggest factors when I was young, looking into people's cars, working out like how fast the cars are by looking at their speedo.
Yeah.
This speedo, 1996, guys, it says 200 on it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It was a 200 mile an hour supercar back then as well.
So this is actually known to do 200 mile an hour?
I mean, I haven't tested it myself, but I'm
Sure it has been.
I'm sure it has been tested to that speed at some point by someone, yeah.
Alright, second gear. I'm not going to go crazy, but this car's got quite a lot to offer, to tell the truth.
Yeah.
For me now, this is where this has got the power that I need, I think.
That's it. It needs that. The other cars, they were nice to drive, but they didn't have this.
They didn't have
this edge, right? So I mean, look, it's not as fast as the other cars that you normally drive, but it's got that kind of.
It's got the oomph.
It's got the fun factor.
It's definitely got a more fun factor than the rest. I don't know, because always like straight line speed doesn't always equate to fun factor.
True.
But definitely more. It's got the oomph that I need. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the first three iconic legends ticked off the list. And if I'm honest, they've all surprised me in different ways. The E30 M3 is everything you'd expect. Raw, engaging, and of course packed with history. The 190E Cosworth has been a dark horse, with loads of character and a story that's hard to ignore. And then there's the 993 Turbo. I mean, what a machine. The only real question is whether I'm just drifting a little too far beyond the sort of budget I had in mind. But I'm not making any decisions just yet. Next time, we're diving headfirst into the 2000s, where some of the greatest performance cars ever built are waiting. The 90s just set a solid benchmark. Let's see if the 2000s can raise it.
Happy 2000!